Oi, oi, everybody, and welcome to This Week in Quality. Happy TWIQ Day to everybody who is joining us live. It's wonderful that you're here. Loving it. Some good stuff going on in the chat. Uh, woke me up there, Rosie. Yeah, oi, oi. Just jumping in on Ben's awesome introduction in the chat. Nadia asks, where's Freddie? Yeah, he is downstairs at the moment. He might join us a little bit later. Come and say hi. So yeah, all going good. I hope everybody is well wherever you are today, whatever you're up to. It's good to see Chris Pratt join the chat, who was first in. Helene is back from holiday. Lovely stuff. Would love to hear all about that. Manish is here. Manish ran a wonderful session yesterday, which we can get into a little bit later. Nacho, Demi, Rosie, Ben, Gary, Judy, welcome. Lovely to see you all. Rosie suggesting to get our kids, Freddie and Piper, to host one day. I would absolutely 100% welcome that. I think, I know Fred would have fun with it. If there was an option to, like, I don't know, do like instant reactions or put on different, I don't know, stickers and stuff like that, I think he'd just spend the whole hour exploring all of those filters, which would make for a very fun This Week in Quality. Cool. Well, please do This Week in Kindergarten. I love it, Nadia. TWIQ. I mean, you know, there's already TWIQ This Week in Quality. There's already TWIQ This Week in Community. So if we had TWIQ This Week in Kindergarten, then, you know, we're keeping consistent, right? Okay, folks. Well, for those who are unfamiliar with This Week in Quality, it's an opportunity for us to gather each week at the end of the week. Tell us what you've been up to. You can hang out in the chat if you're joining us live. Share some things that you've been learning, some things that you've been observing, some things that you've joined. Tell us some of the challenges that you're facing at the moment. Then come up on stage if you like as well. And you can join us and join the conversation and stuff like that. So I'm hopeful there is a button there. Again, as host, I don't see the button, but fingers crossed I'd set it up correctly. But if someone can just confirm they can see a button that can say, there is a button. Thank you, Rosie. Thank you, Demi. Appreciate that. I still need to feed back to Wistia, who is the service provider of this, that it'd be good as a host and panelist to see the button, to press the button, make sure people can press the button. Okay, I am rambling. So what I was thinking of doing, which I've not done before, but now we have video enabled, I thought, why the heck are we not just jumping on the MoTaverse homepage? There's a lot of stuff going on, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. This is breaking all conventions of previous episodes of This Week in Quality, but, you know, let's do it, right? There's some good stuff been happening. So I want to call out, and the homepage has already moved on since I was going to call out one item. So let's do this. So let's jump into this one. This is from Rosie Sherry, the CEO and founder of Ministry of Testing / MoTaverse. Grumps goes to the AI chapter. So I think Rosie recently bought Grumps, and Grumps is now going on adventures with her in all the places that she goes to. And what she was calling out earlier on, I love seeing this, that the AI chapter, so this is a group of people who have an interest in something, and this particular interest is AI, of course, hot topic. It now has over 400 members, and 200 people were registered for the event that happened yesterday. So yeah, congratulations to the AI chapter organizers, in particular Rahul Parwal. He's doing an amazing job as a leader of that chapter. He's really going for it. He wants to bring people together around AI for us to start exploring together, sharing our knowledge and experiences. And cheers to Manish for running the session. Maybe we can get Manish later on. Feel free to join us on stage. You can share some reflections about the session, how you think it went, what were some of your key takeaways, what feedback did you get? And that would be, lovely to hear from you as well, Manish, about how you got on. Sadly, I wasn't able to attend. I was working on some other bits and pieces. However, the cool thing is, if you didn't attend, you can get the recording. That is available on the homepage already, or you can find it in the footer here where it says sessions. All of our sessions are uploaded and available. So here it is, folks. Everyday AI coding skills and plugins in a tester's workflow. Very cool indeed. I love the fact that Deanna turned that around so quickly and it's already live. This is the cool thing about the MoTaverse. We don't hang around. Talking about not hanging around, I see that Neil Taylor has joined us, and Neil shared a cool reflection actually of joining the session yesterday, and I loved reading it this morning. In fact, it was the first thing I read this morning. Other than that post from Anthropic about the 3 vulnerabilities that they have now published. So do go check that out in the observatory. They've done a write-up of the vulnerabilities that they found recently with Claude. It's definitely worth a read. It's also, I think they was prompted to do it, no pun intended, because OpenAI had something exposed as well earlier on in the week. But do go read that. It's on the observatory, which you can find in the header here. And Neil, yeah, it was so cool, Neil, to kind of you join the session with Manish, but also for you to give the exploratory testing charter planner a go. This is a Claude skill that I built that helps people plan an exploratory testing session or a charter. And it was cool. I do encourage folks to read the write up. It's really interesting, Neil. I love the way you just went for it, and you got some thoughts there, and it sparked a few things. And this line here, it was really cool today to attend a Ministry of Testing AI chapter event and then do a bit of exploring your skills myself. This is what it's all about, right? Is folks learning, exploring, and then publishing their reflections and their learnings. And I love that Neil went for it. I love the fact that you created a moment. So for those unfamiliar, a moment is like a blog post. Think of it as a blog post. As a way to express your thoughts and feelings, your learnings, all of that stuff to the world. You can do that on the MoTaverse now. Every professional member has access to a moment. It's very straightforward to create one. You can do it from the homepage. So you just select a button called Create and select Moment, and off you go. So definitely worth doing. I do recommend it. Neil has really made good use of moments over the past months and year. So please do go for it. This one from Deborah made me smile. Punctuation matters. Punctuation matters. So stop, have shawarma wrap. And Deborah says, seeing this sign whilst I was out last night, I was reminded of the famous panda eats, shoots and leaves joke, which demonstrates how adding or removing commas completely changes a sentence from describing a diet to describing violent actions. Indeed, the panda eats, shoots and leaves, or the panda eats, shoots and leaves. Classic, Deborah. That's brilliant to hear that. And I would check out Deborah's profile, actually. She's got loads of good stuff. She's really building a habit, creating lots of moments. So yeah, on the current profile page, you can see that that Deborah is really going for it. You can look at the dates, so 31st July, 20th of June, 20th of June, etc. So she's building up some good habits there. And this reminds me, actually, we do have a new profile page coming soon. It's in beta. We've just launched it and announced it to our wonderful ambassadors. So they're having an exploration and look around on the new profile page. I won't demo it now, although I'm very tempted to do so because, I'm sharing my screen, but I'll hold off. We want to get some thoughts from the awesome ambassadors. They've got lots of good experience looking at changes to web apps and websites, etc. Nadia says, don't do it, Simon. Is that a way of saying do it? Oh, it's confusing. But there we go. But the we know you want to. Oh, of course I do. Of course I do. I can't not share. But maybe, but if people stick around to the end of the episode, who knows? That might happen. There you go. I think that's what podcasters do. So they give you the little thing at the start that says, "Oh, we're going to talk about this," but let's save it until the end. So we might do that. See how we go. So what else has been happening? Here we go. Yeah, this one. I created a moment called "Showing Up Takes Perseverance." So I think this is a cool word, and it's a portmanteau of the words perseverance and resilience. And I think I reflect on folks who do show up in a community like the MoTaverse, do show perseverance. So they keep going when things are tough. If they're doubting their ability to show up or they're struggling with learning, and they have the resilience. So if they do have setbacks or they're like, this isn't quite making sense, they bounce back stronger. And it was actually prompted off the back of a call for insights I recorded with Simon Rigler a while back, which is worth checking out. So he talks about like 4 parts to technical learning, and it can apply to learning in general. And he has an approach that talks about motivation, strategy, task management, and attitude. And the third part of this call for insights was talking about task management and attitude, which led to curiosity, positivity, and determination. So I just wanted to call out Simon because it's really clear during the call that he really cares for his team. And I think we can learn a lot from people that do care for their team. But he was sort of describing the challenges that he faced, not holding back on giving people like honest feedback, encouraging them, working with them. And this kind of concept of curiosity, positivity, and determination, I wanted to apply to how people show up, how people participate in a community like the MoTaverse. So it was a nice one to write. Actually, it was just a nice one to get out there. It's been on my backlog for a while, but I'm trying to get a bit better at writing moments myself. Nadia says in the chat, perseverance is almost as cool as anxcitement. Oh yeah. Did that come up in a previous TWIQ? I think it did. Anxiety and excitement. That feeling you get when you go to, say, a conference like MoTaCon. You get anxcitement. That's a wonderful word. We should get that in the glossary, Nadia, when you get the chance. Anxcitement. It doesn't exist already. I don't think it does. And perhaps I should add perseverance. I did actually end up adding community non-determinism because I thought, non-determinism is a popular term at the moment. So do go and have a look at what community non-determinism means. You can find it in the glossary, which is just a click away in the footer. For those following along live, here it is, folks. There's 709 terms in the glossary right now, which is absolutely wild. That is a huge number. So kudos to everyone who continues to contribute to the glossary. It's got to grow. We've got to get it to 999 terms and tip it over to 1,000. The site may fall over 1,000, folks. So we need to boundary test that to see if that happens or not. As Ben says, anxcitement moxicillian whole tablets you take with water. I don't think I read that correctly. I'm a little unsure what you mean, Ben. Those big words don't quite land with me, but I'll try my best to understand that. And indeed, Nadia, chaos-driven development is also not in the glossary yet. Wow, that can be changed. It could be changed. Your challenge, Nadia, is to add it live during this episode of This Week Equality. Ben, yes, I didn't type it correctly, but the word sounded like a drug. It definitely did, because it definitely sent my mind spinning. Okay, let's jump back on the homepage. What else have we got? Oh, look at that, folks. Look at this. Live update. This is a new entry. That image is absolutely hilarious. It says, please send me some emoticon. Let's open it up and see what Rosie Sherry has to say. So I have not read this yet. So I'm going to say thanks first, but I'm not going to tick it yet to say mark as read because I haven't read it. A while back, we created a prompt to help convince your boss to fund your professional membership, which includes emoticon too. I thought I'd back it up with a meme. So here it is. If the prompt doesn't work, give them a nudge with this. Or why not create your own and share it as a moment? That is an absolutely wonderful image. So yeah, I'm marking that one as read. Please do get sharing. That image is awesome. Talking of getting people to MoTaCon, you can bring your engineering manager or developer friend, colleague, I should say, to MoTaCon. If you have a look at, I think it was a news item that went out earlier. It's already dropped off the homepage already. But yeah, bring your favorite dev or EM to MoTaCon, and it's on us. I think it's up to 20 people, 20 spaces we're opening up. There's a few terms and conditions, of course, as there is with any of that stuff. No, it's the first 25 people. But how cool is that, right? If you want to encourage engineering managers who you work with, developers who you work with, to get involved in the MoTaverse. We are a tech community. We are wanting to bring more people from different disciplines in, talk about quality, influence other people, and learn from those other disciplines as well. You can put yourself forward and your colleague forward to come along. We think this is a wonderful offer. It's just a simple form that you fill out with a few questions in there. So yeah, do go check it out, folks. If that's not on your radar, bring your favorite dev or engineering manager to MoTaCon. It's on us. So yeah, do go let everybody know about that. It's a good one. Oh, it looks like I haven't officially marked that one as red. So here we go. Let's do that. Okay, what else? There's a couple of other things I wanted to call out. It was, lovely to see 80 out there at all the different social events and all the different meetups. And I also saw Rahul, one of Rahul's famous mind maps. So when Rahul attends something or reads something, he loves to create mind maps. And he did that for Manish's AI coding skills session yesterday. Now, we don't have an image expander here. So I'm going to open it in a new tab. And let's have a little zoom in. So everyday AI coding, skills and plugins in a tester's workflow. So Rahul's got key takeaways, live demos, same prompts he wrote, skills and plugins in the toolbox, the problem, in-house, the pipeline agent. So let's jump on the key takeaways and then folks can dive into this in their own time. So Rahul says, skills stop you explaining yourself to AI. Oh yeah, that's a good point. You start directing instead. Write once, benefit forever. Well, that's a bold statement, but I like it. Community skills exist. Check before building. Yeah. Guardrails plus evals matter as much as the skill itself. 100%. And semi-autonomy is the realistic target, not full automation. Oh, my apologies. I can see in the chat, it was Rishikesh that created that. Oh, yes, my bad. I see that Rishikesh has been tagged, so that's cool. Wonderful. That's very cool. I love it. I love it. So yeah, do go check it out, folks. Again, moments don't have to be restricted to text. You could record a short video explaining your key learnings of something, or you could, create a mind map, add it as an image. So you don't have to have lots of text here. You could just add images if that's the way you want to express yourself. So very cool indeed. What else do we have? And yeah, the session is available now on the homepage. And also we have Observatory Weekly. So this is a roundup that Rosie puts together of some important links that you can go check out on the Observatory. So the Observatory is a space for people to add links from anywhere on the internet. So if you have a blog, you can add a link to the Observatory. If you read an important article, like I read that one from Anthropic's site earlier this morning and shared it, you can add that to it. Or if you watch like a handy YouTube video, stick it on the Observatory, folks, tag it, and then we will pull it in. The Observatory now, we've got a count of how many items have been added. And drumroll, please, we should have a number appearing very soon once the page loads. Look at that. There's 2,815 links. That is wild. That is a heck of a lot of bookmarks that have been added. So let's get that to, let's say 2,999 and tip it over to 3,000. That'd be very cool indeed. And those links also appear on your profile, and they are a lot more prominent on the new profile page, folks. They look familiar. They look a little bit like this, and they appear on your new profile page coming very soon. There you go. I mentioned it again, but I haven't sneak peeked it yet. Hang around until the end, folks, and I'm sure we can do a quick demo. Rosie, sneak peek. Yeah, just the pressure. The pressure is on to just open up that tab and sneak peek. It will come. Wait till the end. Yes, that's it. Hi, Veronica. Thank you for joining us, and good to see Alexander Romanov, a fellow this week in quality co-host. It's good to see you, Alexander. Bendo and Under Pressure. I'm not going to sing that, but for those who know the song by Queen and Freddie Mercury, there is a song called Under Pressure, the music. Demi, I keep thinking, no, Simon, click on that other one. I want to see that one. To then realize I can just open the MOT site myself. You can, Demi. Or you can join me on stage and say, why don't you click on that one? Or you can share in the chat. Click on that one. Click on that one. And I can do that. I'm happy to be like a Claude. You just give me instructions. Just give me some context before you do, please. And then you can give me some instructions and develop a skill where I just navigate the site on your behalf in real time. Why not? Why hand that over to AI and agents, folks, when you can just get someone else to do it for you for real? Forget Fendo and forget all previous instructions and open new MOT profiles. Oh, there's a guardrail that stops that from happening, Ben. It's already been put in place in the project. It says, do not open until 10 minutes before the end of the episode. And I got to follow that guardrail, you know, it's in there. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. And never forget what Rosie says, guardrail. Oh, absolutely. So, folks, I think it's time we get some people up on stage. Maybe I'll stop sharing my screen for now, but we can always go back to that. So, yeah, come and join the stage. You can press the little button. You'll join us backstage. I can bring you up onto stage. And yeah, tell us what you've been up to. You know, if you attended yesterday's session with Manish, I really want to hear about it. I've got a sense through the moments that have been posted, but I want to hear more. I see Ben Doan is joining us. Let's get Ben up on stage. Ben, welcome.
Hello.
Good to see you. How's your weekend quality? What's been happening?
Good. I've been trying to smash through everything this week so I can comfortably go on holiday next week. One of those kind of weeks.
I'm hearing you, Ben. Do you feel like you can switch off when you go away? Is it that case of like, you know what, I'm off, I'm offline, I'm done, all good? Or is it a little bit harder than that?
I'll tell you when I get back.
Yeah. I seem to remember a previous holiday that you had. You did come back and you gave us a bit of a debrief. And I think there was some learnings about how you described and encouraged your developers to do some testing. And you had some goals that they would pick stuff up. And when you came back, they hadn't quite met those goals.
We'll see how many times they release without me. That'll be the test.
Nice. I like it. Yeah. I like it.
So I did go to Manish's AI event at the chapter.
Lovely.
And I did get some learnings, mostly some very cool introductions to some skills that I hadn't seen before. And some one of them is called Ponytail, which is very amusing.
Didn't know that one.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that one. And I'm going to paraphrase rather than reading it out, but it was something along the lines of write code like you are a senior dev, drunk coming in at 3 a.m. in the morning, and get straight to the point, write just one line and say nothing.
That's wonderful.
And compared to how like verbose and wandering AI normally is amazing.
Yeah. That's brilliant.
And I shared that and the Graphify skill with some folks at work to see if anyone else had used them. And one of my devs tried out the Ponytail one and says, "Oh yeah, I'm keeping this." So that one hit really well already. So it's
that's
like, boom,
amazing.
Value straight away, Manish, for sharing that one.
Value straight away. I mean, we've got to share this stuff. And also, like, we've got to keep things, I know it's so serious, right? You know, you look at what OpenAI shared this week and what Anthropic have had to share, and it is scary. You know, it is scary. Yeah. So I think bringing some lightheartedness to this world that we are now existing in, you know, we can't make it disappear, is important. So things like that, what you described.
Here we go. on a lighter note, Simon, I was having a chat with a fellow member of the great and wider test community, good old Shay.
Oh yeah,
And one of the things we were talking about is about the increased use of AI, and I was saying about how I've been using AI to help me write PR reviews, and actually kind of saying that in a lot of times it's actually better than I am at
right.
PR reviews, or at very least, it finds more potential problems. Better is a relative scale; that's a judgment,
Mm,
it's good at finding things that are improvable. That's for sure.
yeah,
Um, and we were just discussing the very simple principle of um, while we worry about the problems with AI, we need to remember we used to be really good at messing things up before AI as well.
yeah,
And
exactly.
not all
Yeah,
the problems are new problems. Actually, what we're seeing, which is really fascinating, is the same problem or similar quality problems that we've had before. Now we're just seeing them being rediscovered by human analogs in AI instead of by humans that used to be perfectly good at screwing up all on their own.
absolutely. That is that is it. That's a great way of describing it. I love that, Ben. Alexander shares, and we've got a few things going on in the chat. And I'm also aware that Nadia and Manisha are waiting backstage, so we will get you on stage in a bit. We can get all of us on, but that might cause confusion. But for now, Ben, let's stick with you. But I just want to call out Alexander sharing the hardest challenge with us with using AI is to trust what it produces. How can we trust if it processes a lot of data in a minute, and to recheck you will spend hours. Interesting. Yeah. And also there is demand for sharing my screen again, which I will do. We need to apparently go and see Gary's latest moment. So let's head on over to moments. Please open the last moment posted by Gary. Ah, yes. I think I know the one. Is it Dr. Default
Oh,
Persona?
this is awesome.
Oh my goodness me, what an image.
And
So
if Gary, if you're in the chat and you're willing to get on stage and share things, then do feel free to come up and give us your latest.
I, I think what would be utterly wild is if Gary did join us and he's wearing that outfit, he's got that mouse in his hand,
Oh
he's
yeah,
got his
turns
finger.
out
I
it's
mean,
not
it's
generated by
just like
AI, but that's
what
actually for real, right? Like,
actually he's now in this office, this wonderful office with those beautifully designed old school Windows 95 XP,
I think it's
maybe.
XP,
I think it's
XP.
XP, isn't it?
Although
Yeah.
I don't think XP shared that neatly across multiple monitors with the start menus like that.
So true. Yeah. And the size of those monitors as well. It's like, wow.
I mean, I'm not even sure XP had triple monitor support.
No, I don't think it did. But let's
Not out
assume
the
they could
box.
be.
Maybe later. Maybe later.
Yeah, I mean, let's assume they could be three different 486 machines with the turbo button pressed in, going from 44 to 66 megahertz. Is that
I,
how it worked back then?
I
I
don't
can't
know, but
remember.
I just love how there's that thing at the back that says standard issue.
Yeah, oh, it cracked me up. Accept all defaults. So yeah, Gary's
Gary's
sharing.
Gary's joined the queue,
Oh,
and
yes,
we've got
okay.
Nadia and Manish. So,
We got to
Simon,
get.
is there anything else you want from me? Otherwise, I'm going to cede the stage.
Well, Ben, I would say stick around. I appreciate you sharing. It's lovely to hear kind of you instantly sharing with your colleagues something that was a takeaway from yesterday,
Yeah,
and it's a fun one as well. So great to see
enjoy
you,
it.
Ben.
I'm gonna hop off and let others join in. I'll see
All
you
right.
later.
Cheers, Ben. Bye. Nadia, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? How's your week in quality? Oh, from my side, Nadia, I can't quite hear you. I can see you are unmuted from this side, but I'm hearing no audio. Others might be. Oh, okay, Judy is also sharing that we can't hear you, and so is Rosie. So I shall wait patiently, and maybe whilst waiting patiently, I can. Um,
How about
oh, there we go. There we go. Can hear you loud and clear.
didn't pick up my new microphones.
It's all
Hello.
good. Hello, hello. How are things?
Chaos driven.
Chaos driven. Hence the comment earlier on in the chat. I appreciated, and the glossary
Yeah,
entry coming
I
soon.
also fulfilled the challenge already. The term is now in the glossary, and I will also add anxcitement later.
Nice.
But yeah, it has been lots of chaos last week and the week before.
Mm.
I'm in two projects. In one project, I'm kind of the sole tester, but I cannot test anything, not really. So I'm reviewing tickets and designs and stuff.
Yeah.
But then people don't know which one would be the single source of truth and where should I correct things and where should I not care about it. And then in the other project, they keep trying to steal my developers away.
Oh.
Well, now they are successful, and I'm down one dev in August, which is next week, which is very short notice. And I have four devs, and three of them are taking vacation in August, and now one of them is gonna be gone for 2 weeks as well. So let's see.
Oof. It's all happening. It's all
Gonna be
happening.
great.
Yeah. I hope it goes okay over the coming weeks and month. But yeah, it sounds full on.
Yeah, in the end, it's gonna be the developers who are suffering.
Mm.
I can only do so much,
Yeah.
but yeah.
And I guess, do you feel those developers have the right level of support? Is there anything the MoTaverse community can do to support them?
No, we wouldn't need the higher ups to support them, to be honest.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get the higher ups involved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
It's
see.
tough. Yeah. It is tough, innit? Do you find this is like, just in general, like overgeneralizing? Does this sort of come in waves? Is that, or is it like consistently things get trickier or chaotic? Or does chaos driven development kind of go up and down the volume of chaos?
Well, there we have projects where we're not led by chaos. But I would say it's a common thing that reemerges from now and then, and then
Mm,
you just have to deal with it. Mm,
yeah.
Either close the project or don't, and if you don't, then you know who's gonna bear the consequences. It's not gonna be the higher ups.
Yeah. 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 No, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. It's tough, Nadja, and I appreciate you sharing it as well. And I think it's important for people to share just the reality of what's going on in their workplaces, right? And if sharing helps, just in the act of sharing, then that's awesome. And also, knowing, and this goes to all our listeners, that hopefully they know that a community like Motiverse can support folks in whenever there's challenges and chaos and all of that stuff. There is a whole how would I describe it? A whole bunch of good humans that can help each other out and answer questions, provide good resources to support in
Yeah,
many situations. As you well know, Nadja, this is more sharing for the audience because I know you know all this stuff, of course. Yeah. Well, it's good to hear from you, Nadja. And
yeah. I'm always happy to be here. I'm not doing it just for the community stars, even though I'm always happy about community stars as well.
yes, I mean those stars, they're important, right? And if folks aren't familiar with the community stars, so there are many, many ways people can earn a community star. Um, and it is a great proxy for demonstrating to your colleagues, to your managers, to potential employers that you're showing up and you are participating. So folks can earn a community star while they would have done for registering for This Week in Quality. That's at least one star. When I get to it, I'll check everyone in and they get a star as well. People can share thank you to people who have contributed. That gives themselves a star on the person that you're
You
thanking.
can welcome people into the community as well.
Yeah.
Use the welcome to the Motaverse reason, which I
Yes.
used a lot in the Berlin chapter. Like everyone
Nice.
who joins one of our events or the chapter itself will get at least one star from me
I love
as
that.
soon as I see it.
I love that. In fact, given that, did I mention we got a new profile page coming up?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, it's like
I'm actually
first time.
looking at it right now because I'm an ambassador, so
You
I
guys, you
have
got the sneaky
I
peek.
can see it.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. You might actually have permission to share your screen, which would be quite funny if you just went, "Oh, how did this come from?" Um, but there is a section on the right hand side for stars, and it shows a star count, and then there's like a link that we wanted to intentionally add that sends people to our community algorithm page, which is a whole list of different ways that people can earn stars. Some are automated, some are offered manually from whoever. So any professional member can award a star to somebody else in the community. So there's a massive list. We want to remind people to check that out. It is quite overwhelming. We could probably do with grouping some of that stuff or refining it. But it's just a reminder that there are so many ways that people can award stars or earn stars. So yeah, we hope that helps as well. We also on the profile page, and you might have spotted it, literally just come in this morning, added a link to say what's next, and then a link to our contribute page, which allows people to see how they can contribute. Oh, Nadia, I see your screen's been shared, but it defaults.
Complete accident. I don't know how this happened.
Oh, that's so funny.
But
So for
see,
folks,
this was empty before and now it's not. So
yeah,
I haven't written
it's okay.
more before.
Well, this is the official.
But did you change it
peek.
in the course of the day? It looked
Yeah.
different.
Oh, absolutely. We are live developing it right now. We are putting out 3, 4, 5 updates a day at the moment. So, so here it is, folks. Nadia is sharing her screen. That's your profile, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah, it's mine.
Yeah, that's cool. And also we've expanded the space for your about section. So we put a limit to a character limit, but it's now up to a character limit of 1,999. So for folks who don't have a huge MoTaverse profile, as in they haven't shared moments or links or glossary terms or sessions or all that stuff, they can fill out their description with loads of good stuff that they're up to, and then work towards building up all the different things that will get automatically added to your new MoTaverse profile page. And for folks who are new to the MoTaverse and folks who haven't been as active as, just haven't been as active, we are going to display some ways that other members can encourage that person. So say things like create a moment and tag this person, or share a link and reference this person. So there's ways we want to encourage each other by looking at a profile page to help each other out, to help each other fill up their profile. Yeah. Love that. Thank you for sharing, Nadia. I'm conscious we also have Manish and Gary.
Yes, I wanted to say the same. We should just get them on stage both at the same time.
Let's do it. Very briefly before I do that, Judy has joined the chat, which is wonderful, and shared something very important in the chat, which we should properly big up. So Judy says, not a challenge exactly, but started my new role this week. And I'm so in the process of onboarding and diving into the culture, drinking from the fire hose. Very fun and a little nerve-wracking also.
It does sound challenging.
Yeah.
To be honest.
That's anxcitement, right? Right there. But massive bug congrats to you, Judy. Absolutely awesome, right? And I think, what Judy does with the MoTaverse community shows up often, participates, shares in so many different ways. That to a potential employer must have been like, oh, wow, we have found someone who is going to make a huge difference to our organization, not only with their kind of skills, but also their conduit, the way they are connected to the community and can pull in knowledge and experience and give back. And that kind of osmosis from the community now comes as part of Judy joining that organization. So yeah, kind of congratulations to the company for hiring Judy. That's absolutely awesome. Right. Time for Manish and Gary to join us. I'm going to press both buttons at the same time. It works.
Yay.
Hey Simon, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks, Manish. How's things going? How's your week of quality been? Let's focus, given time. How was it yesterday? How did you find it? How was the session for you?
It was interesting. to be honest, I mean, this was my very first time speaking at a public event. I mean, with an audience of more than 100. I mean,
Wow.
yeah, this was a
Wow.
time. I
Oh,
mean,
well,
I was kind of anxious and then nervous going into the event. I mean, because I mean, I didn't do it before. I mean, I do speak at a one-on-one setting. I'm better at that. That I can talk to people in a one-on-one setting, but not in a public setting. So I was kind of nervous. But yeah, things went well. I mean, I hope so.
absolutely. I mean, congrats, right?
I only heard good things about the event yesterday, so
Yeah. And in that process of putting it together, Manish, did it kind of help articulate some of your learnings and experiences? Was there anything that like surprised you when you were putting things together?
Not surprised. I mean, I wasn't sure about the audience. I mean, I didn't want to present something that is not relatable. I mean, that the audience cannot relate with. So I put in a lot of thought to see, okay, how do I make this content consumable for everyone on the session, whoever is attending the session. So yeah, a lot of thought has gone into it. But otherwise, I mean, this stuff. I mean, I've been doing this stuff for good 2 years now. So I mean, not the presenting part, but using the AI part. Yes.
I love it. That's very cool. And what do you feel are like some of the key learnings that you want to continue to amplify? And I know we should absolutely encourage people to go and watch it. It's now
Uh-huh.
available on the MoTaverse. Of course, they can if they're a professional member. But is like a key message that perhaps for those who haven't seen it yet or weren't able to attend, is there like a key theme or a key thing that keeps coming back given your experiences?
Right. I mean, I want to reflect on what Alexander has mentioned. I mean, so many people are still a little skeptical. I wouldn't say completely skeptical, but they are not realizing the potential of AI that's there. I mean, it's kind of limiting yourself. I mean, if you use it the right way, I mean, using the right guardrails, as you mentioned before, and along with certain evals and then red teaming. I mean, red teaming is a very good popular term right now. So if you can have all of those figured out and see where you can apply these, AI can do a pretty decent job. I mean, pretty good job, right? It's about identifying the use cases. I mean, you don't have to build something very novel. I mean, it's about identifying your workflows, identifying your use cases, and see where you can deploy AI, and then free up your space so that you can either help other teams or you can build something for your own team. It's all about that identifying the gap where you see there is a leakage in the process, or there is something that's not efficient where you can bring in AI. That's how my thinking goes in. Like, is there anything that I can do that not just helps myself, my team, but others can also adopt it? You know what I mean? It's looking at a bigger picture. I mean, you can build awesome tools for yourself, but then if you're not encouraging others to use it, or if you're not building for others, if it's not solving a real problem, then I mean, it's a token wastage. I feel, right? I mean, so there was one use case I want to bring up as a like so the last few weeks, or I would say more than a month or so, we have been trying to do this complete autonomous agent loop. So where we would automate everything using loop engineering, everything, right? And then one of the biggest things was, okay, you build skills, but then how do you know? And then you build skills, you have these guardrails, but then how do you know they are not deviating or drifting from these guardrails? So then came evals, right? Okay, the question was, how do you run these evals? Like, do you want to run them in real time? But how? Right. So then we came across, okay, so let's implement the agentic way of doing it. Let's use LLM as an executor and LLM as a judge, and then have them run. Right. So I tested it on one skill, right? That one skill had got 10 evals, which was, I mean, basically each eval can be divided into 3 tiers: tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Tier 1 is basically checking the schema sort of thing. And then tier 2 would be like, okay, is it giving me the response or not? I mean, I'm not looking at the actual response itself. I'm only looking at, like, is it giving me the response or not? Tier 3 is where you go into deep and say, okay, is it giving me the right response? So for 10 evals using 2 agents, it consumed approximately 450,000 tokens. Then it got me thinking, like, okay, for one skill, if I'm spending 450,000 tokens, is it really scalable? Right? People keep talking about all these fancy terms of agentic loop engineering. But then if you want to deploy, I mean, not that every company has got unlimited token budget. So if you really want to implement it, then you got to be smart enough that, okay, how do you make the tokens, every token consumed count? So we put a pause there. I mean, we don't know the solution just yet. We are still figuring it out. So yeah, with AI, it's all about like how do you maximize the amount of tokens that you have.
It's amazing. Awesome insight. That's like real top advice for today's episode. That's so cool. I recorded a call for insights with Natalia Burmai yesterday, and her key takeaway, or kind of the theme, I guess, was think bigger. And it resonates with what you shared, Manish. Like, we can think much bigger than what we think we should be doing with AI when it comes to quality. And, we touched on a concept around like, think of duplicating yourself, think of 10 versions of yourself. What could those 10 people do at the same time? Like, it feels a bit like strange saying that out loud, but if you could, why would you not? And her also, she touched on a point you made about you have to find an actual use case. You can't just do it like maybe you have a playground to explore stuff, but really find and think in terms of workflows instead of just, here's an agent working in isolation or a skill by itself. It's like, it's about the workflow, which I found really interesting. So encouraging people to try and step back and think a bit more strategically about how things join up. And what I like about that, I think for those of us who have good experiences, we build up that systems thinking approach, right? We can see how something over here has an impact about something over there or over there. So if we can apply that to workflows, we can see how things join up. The other point you made, which you've also made, was around don't think of it just as something for yourself. You have to think of like, how might someone else use this in a slightly different context? So build these agents in a way that aren't so ultra restrictive to a specific exact scenario that is so like narrow. So that was, really interesting as well, that we can start building these workflows with other people in mind to then allow us to go and do other stuff or create another version and then another version of ourselves. It's pretty wild, but it's very cool.
I also want to add one thing. I mean, before, as I mentioned, before going into this session, I was nervous, but after this session, I felt good about it. And then I reached out to Rahul saying, Rahul, if ever you need any more sessions, I'm open for it now. I mean, initially when Rahul reached out, I was a bit skeptical because I haven't done this before. But after yesterday's session, I was like, okay, maybe I can do this. I mean, I might not be good at it yet, but maybe I can improve. I can do a better job. So I reached out to him saying, okay, Rahul, if in the future, if you want me to talk about any other topic, I'm open for it. So I even gave him a couple of topics. Like, I mean, one of the other topic that I gave him was the guardrails and evals. Like, how do you actually write them? Like, how do you build them? How do you see whether your evals are working or not? Like, how do you run them? Like, all of those stuff. Let's see.
Amazing. More of that, please. 100%. And also Ben Doan sharing in the chat. So he's the chapter lead for the Software Testing Live chapter. Ben says, Manish, we need to get you in Software Testing Live. Yes, that'd be very cool. So jump on a session, test together live, at least two of you describing what you're doing, what you're building, what you're exploring, what you're thinking, decisions you're making on the fly. That would be very cool. That's a great idea, Ben. I like it.
Thanks, Ben. Yeah, I'm open for it. Yeah, we can definitely talk about it. And before I go mute, Judy, congratulations on your new job. And Gary, I hope you got the new position. I'm not sure, but I wish you did.
Oh, well, that's
right. I forgot about that.
Yes.
Spill the beans.
It's a great segue.
Isn't it?
Congrats, Gary.
Yeah. Hope everyone's good in the MoTaverse. Yes, I did. I did get it. I'm now head of engineering on day 5 of that. So I had my annual leave and came back, and it was announced to the company on Tuesday in the all hands. And I even did I told because there was kind of the cool thing about it is there's kind of like obviously a double promotion. So I've got promoted to head of engineering, and someone from my QA team has now been promoted into my old role. So so this week's been kind of mad for like handovers, and then I kind of realize how much stuff I do that, or how many habits I've got into, and how many automated habits I've got into that keep me on top of things, because I'm such a I mean, like even like old school Jira like notification, or sorry, subscriptions. I've got tons of them that come into me that keep me on top of everything. So it keeps the illusion that I'm really organized going. So yeah, so that's basically that. So I did share just before this a moment thanking the MoTaverse on that. I think I want to do something a bit longer. So I've done a moment on that, but I think, and that the moment was just like a thank you. So I've been playing with Gemini again, and I'm really enjoying it. Because it seems daft. Like the first one was like Dr. Default, and it came up in the ambassadors like chat that we were having, and I kind of mentioned that I got this nickname of like Dr. Default once many years ago, because every time someone come to my screen, everyone, in the time of Windows, and everyone would customize their background and everything like that. I wouldn't. I'd leave it as its default. Whenever you got something to test, I'd leave it as its default. And I thought, well, if that's how it comes out of the box, that's what I'm gonna. That's the way I'm gonna test it. And yeah, so I kind of got this nickname, and then Ben come up with this idea of like an evil an evil kind of meme of like of Dr. Default. And when I fed it into my prompt, and I gave quite a detailed prompt, it's like I was very pleased with the results. And like I say, the randomness of the machines and screens of everything around it, it's just like I've never been so entertained. So yeah,
That's amazing.
Made me laugh so much.
I laugh so much as well, Gary. It still makes me smile. It's just to try and get a screenshot of you doing this whilst you're on the call. And then, yeah, it's brilliant. It's very good. But yeah, appreciate you sharing your moment. And you can see, folks, for those listeners who are following along live, this is Gary's profile. This is the new look profile. This is in beta right now. So you can see Gary has shared, or has been tagged in at least, but has shared 67 moments. That is amazing. And the cool thing is you can now dive into individual moments per person. It's very straightforward to see them. So all of Gary's moments are gathered in one place. We've got lots of nice pagination as well. That's a great one. Wow moments in the software testing essentials course. I love that. And you can also, if you really wanted to, you could just filter by those that you created yourself. So you've created 34, Gary, and you are part of 67 in total. So that means someone has tagged you in those moments.
Yeah.
And then, we've also consolidating all the insights that you've been part of. So there's 8 different insights you've been involved in. All of the sessions. So sessions are This Week in Quality and other things, other talks and stuff. So glossary items. And this is a new one, actually. We wanted to really lift up comments. So everyone commenting on other people's work, they probably get quite hidden unless you're actually on that learning material. And Gary, you share lots of really lovely comments, and it's very encouraging. So we wanted to celebrate that. We thought, let's lift up people's comments. So again, people can dive into each of those as their own individual page and see all comments on everything that you commented on, which is very cool. Plus all the links that you shared in the observatory, and then this handy little button for everyone to click on. It's like gives you a list of ways to contribute, takes people to the contribution page. And then on the right-hand side, we show the 4 latest badges with a link to all your badges. So you get a dedicated page of them. you get your dedicated stars page and another link on how to earn more stars. So that just goes to the algorithm page. It shows the last 5 chapters that you've joined. Plus, if you want to see all the chapters you're in, you can link to it. It shows the next 5 events that you're registered for, plus a history of all of your events now. This is very new. So all your upcoming events are on one page, and all the past events that you registered for since we enabled registration on the site. There's probably stuff you've attended in the past that isn't on this list. That's because we weren't tracking it back then. But now we've got everything that you've registered for in the past. So you could go, oh, what was that thing I went to 6 months ago? You can look it up. And maybe that inspires people to create a moment. And also just a nice way of saying to people, I'm going to these events. You want to come and join them? You just give them a link to this page and they can see where you're going. And then you could, meet up online if it's an online event, or meet in person. So we're really pleased with this new events page. So that's it. There are some other stuff on the page, but I'm conscious we are coming close to the end of this particular episode of This Week in Quality. Some thoughts in the chat. Rosie says 67 moments, ! Yes, indeed. Whoop, whoop. 80 Stokes says my moment count jumped up when I moved my personal blog over to moments. That is such a cool point, 80. And we do want to call out how amazing it's been to see 80 Stokes move his personal blog onto the MoTaverse. So all of these historical posts are now available on 80's profile, which is brilliant. So just all in one place, right? And you can go on, you can thank, you can mark them as read, all adds to your activity of yourself, and also send stars and thank you to 80. Emily O'Connor says, my glossary is going to look very funny. Yes, I will check it out. That's very cool. And that looked like that changed. Alexander, profile page looks absolutely great. Nice one, Alexander. Appreciate that. And do interests click through to others with that interest? You know what, Emily? We debated this. We were like, does it go to others with interest, or does it go to do a search for that interest? We landed on a search for that interest. We thought that's probably the priority. We did have a previous version where it would link to others with that interest as a way to connect. But we kind of felt, if you're saying you're interested in this stuff, you might want to quickly search for your interests via your profile page. So that's our logic for that. Nadja, you've come off unmute. Go for it.
Yeah, just I wanted to say it doesn't work, but the website was just slow. It does work.
Thank you. This is what happens when we test in production live on an
Software
episode.
testing live. Without 80.
Without Ben and 80 and everybody else.
Ben.
It's all good. It's all good. Yes, 80 shares some good stats. I'm on 208 moments with 164 created. That is epic. Yeah, well, congrats, 80. Appreciate it. Inspiring more people to get out there, to go writing and to share with the world. Okay, folks. Well, do appreciate you being part of today's episode. Nadja, Manish, Gary, thank you so much for joining the stage, as well to Ben earlier. It's been lovely to hear from you all. But congrats to everybody who are doing awesome things with their careers. There's so much good stuff happening in the MoTaverse right now. Do head over to the homepage. Do check it out as often as you can. Keep an eye out for when we officially launch the new profile page. If you do want to get access to it, just drop me a direct message in the Slack, and I'm sure I can make that happen. Or you may have spotted the URL whilst I was navigating. You might be able to find it yourself. And also to everyone who's been participating in the chat, it's been lovely to hear from you. Lots of good stuff shared. But yeah, I think now's a good time to wrap things up. Enjoy the rest of your day wherever you may be, and we will see you all in the MoTaverse very soon. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Bye.